What's up guys, it's Ashley slash Noogfrog and I'm back with another YouTube video today. Today's video is pretty scary but also pretty interesting. So I hope you guys really like this one and it's pretty interesting story time, so let's get right into it. So today's story time all takes place back in sophomore year of high school. At the time I was reselling consoles, so I was reselling gaming consoles for a little bit of extra money, and I made a business out of that. And I would just basically go on Facebook Marketplace and look for consoles that were used. And I would find used consoles and I would buy them for cheaper than how much they could have sold them for. And I would clean them up and then post them online for more than I bought it for. And at this time, I was using one of the different platforms. So I wasn't using Facebook Marketplace, I was using another third party app to buy my gaming consoles. So basically, I was looking up console lots and trying to find different like gaming consoles to buy. And I found this one console lot where it had a lot of different stuff in it, but it looked pretty dirty. So I was like, okay, this is a pretty good price. I'm gonna just ask them if they would go any lower or if they would stay at their position of how much they were listing it for. And so I messaged the buyer. I said, would you go for a little bit lower than how much it was listing? And I gave them a price. And about 30 minutes later, they text me back and they said, I will go a little bit lower than that at the price that you're looking for if you can come pick it up tonight. And mind this, it was a school night and it was already like 7 p.m. So I would reply back, okay, sure, yeah, I can come get it tonight. Little did I know how far they were. I did not check how far they were. I thought they were in the area of maybe like 20-minute drive, but they were not a 20-minute drive. They were a 15-minute drive away from me, all the way into a different city. So I immediately text my boyfriend. I'm like, okay, can you come with me to this city because I don't want to go alone? He replies back and he says, sure, yeah, I'll take you there. And so he comes, he picks me up, and by the time he picks me up, it's about 7:30. So we put in the Google Maps the address to go find them, and then we also put a bank stop on the way because we didn't have the amount of cash at the time. So we had to pull it out of the bank. So we map to the bank first and we drive all the way over there. Nothing goes wrong, nothing out of the ordinary, and we're perfectly fine. We get to the bank. It's a little bit sketchy because obviously it's at nighttime, but we were like, no, we just got to do it and hurry up. So we got the cash and then we got back into the car. And then about this time, it was maybe like 8 o'clock, I'd say, maybe like 8:10 or somewhere in there, but it wasn't too late at the moment. So we start mapping to the location of where the guy lives because we're going to pick it up at this little park in front of his house. And so we're starting to drive there. We go over this huge bridge to get to a different area than where we're living at. So we start driving all the way over there. We're pretty close to the house about now. We're maybe 10 minutes out, and nothing out of the ordinary so far. And then we pull up to the house. So I text the guy, I'm saying, hey, I'm at the house. I'm at the little park outside the house. Can you come outside so we can get the stuff and then leave? And bro replies back, okay, sure. Just give me one moment. I have to get everything outside. And while we're waiting, my boyfriend's mom sees that we're all the way far away in a different area than where we should be because we're like an hour away from home. Mind this, at 7 p.m. So she calls him. He picks up the phone and she's like basically screaming at him, being like, where are you? I didn't know you were going to go this far away from the house. You need to get back here right now. You're in a ghetto area. We did not know it was ghetto at the time. So we pulled up to this area and we didn't even know it was ghetto. So his mom's screaming at him, being like, you need to get back home because it's ghetto. And I've been there before and there's a lot of like ghetto stuff that happens there. You need to get back here now, basically, is what she's saying. And he's telling her, okay, just 1 second. We're picking up from this dude. Just 1 second. We'll be out of here in just a second. And so she's like, no, you have to leave now. And so he hangs up and he'll be like, and he basically tells her that we're about to leave right now. And so she's like, okay, you better be leaving right now. And so we hang up the phone and she thinks that we're about to be leaving and be on our way. Little does she know, he's not fully telling the truth. We drove all the way out here 50 minutes to just drive all the way back, and so no, we weren't gonna do that. We waited for the dude to come out, and we see him. He gives us the huge box of consoles and stuff. We put it in the back of the truck, and we gave him the money, and we leave. And his mom calls him back, and she's basically like, why are you guys still there? I told you to leave, blah, 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 this and that. So he's like, okay, we're leaving as we speak. You can check the tracker. And so then she's like, she chills, lays back a little bit, and then hangs up and is like, okay, I'm watching your tracker. And so we leave, and this is really also when the story gets started. Basically, he calls us back and he says, you didn't give me the full amount of money, blah, 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 this and that. And we're like, we gave you the full amount because we did not want to rip someone off. Like, that's just not what we do. And we're basically responding with, like, we did not rip you off. We gave you the full amount. This is all the money that we took out. And we checked our phone to make sure we took out the right amount. And we did. And so we just basically hang up and we block him. We don't deal with that because we think this is a ghetto area. He's probably going to try to rip more money off of us. And so we just end up leaving. We drive all the way back and we're pretty much chilling after that. Like, we get home and nothing out of the ordinary, and that's basically all that happened that night. But a little bit later down the road, we end up cleaning out his car and we find the rest of the money underneath his seat. We didn't know that it fell down underneath his seat until a couple months later. And so we're like, okay, yeah, I mean, we did rip him off a little bit, but still, he gave us consoles that smelled like smoke. So we weren't too upset about it. We were like, we felt like we got a fair price out of it, anyways, even though it was an accident. But yeah, that's just really what happened. But also, it was kind of crazy that I told my parents that I would be back in like 40 minutes, and I came back like 2 hours later, and they didn't notice at all. Like, they're some of the strictest parents ever, and they still didn't notice that I was gone all the way an hour away from them, and they never checked my location or nothing. So I never got in trouble, and to this day, they still don't know about it, but they'll probably know about it after I post this video, but it's okay. But yeah, I've never gotten in trouble for it, nothing else happened, and pretty much that's the whole story time. We never dealt with that guy ever again, and yeah, we never saw him again and nothing else. So yeah, definitely a crazy story time and a pretty scary one too. So moral of the story, definitely do not go driving out at nighttime. And definitely don't be driving to sketchy places. Always make sure that the place that you're going to is not sketchy, and yeah. And so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this story time. I'm gonna start posting every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so 3 times a week. And so subscribe and wait for those drops to happen. I have a bunch of story times that are crazy lined up, ready to be told. So yeah, thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.